There is a lot of noise right now about AI writing PLC programs for you, so instead of guessing, I set a trap. I gave both ChatGPT and Claude the exact same motor control task for the Click PLC, with a classic wiring gotcha buried in it, and checked whether the logic actually works. I fully expected to catch at least one of them out. Neither took the bait. Both wrote a working program, and they did it two different ways. Let's get into it. You can follow along for free. The Click software is a free download, and you can prove the logic in a free online simulator before it touches hardware. Detailed information contained in this video can be found at accautomation.ca. A link has been put in the description below. The website offers extensive links, references, and coding samples, making it a one-stop shop for all your automation queries. Once again, that is accautomation.ca. The task I set. I wanted a task small enough to explain but real enough to catch a lazy answer. Here it is. Start and stop a motor. Start push button normally open on X1. Stop push button wired normally closed on X2 so it is on when not pressed. Motor overload wired normally closed on X3, on while the motor is healthy. Motor contactor on Y1, green running light on Y2. And one twist, when I press start, a warning buzzer on Y3 sounds for 2 seconds first, then the motor starts. The gotcha is that normally closed wiring on the stop and overload. A lazy answer uses normally closed contacts in the ladder to match normally closed buttons, but that is a double negative. Those inputs are already on at rest, so the motor would never start. That is exactly where I expected an AI to trip. What ChatGPT produced. ChatGPT answered in seconds, an address list, 7 rungs, and an explanation of each.
Let me figure out the logic here. Okay, for a Click PLC, you can do it with an internal control relay latch and a 2-second timer. So, start push button normally open on X1, stop push button wired normally closed on X2, and motor overload contact normally closed on X3. Motor contactor on Y1, green running light on Y2, warning buzzer on Y3. Rung 1 uses X2 and X3 in series with X1 to set internal coil C1 and resets C1 if stop or overload opens. Rung 2 starts a 2-second timer when C1 is on. Rung 3 energizes Y3 buzzer while the timer is active, so it beeps immediately for 2 seconds. Rung 4 turns on motor output Y1 after the delay. Rung 5 drives green lamp Y2 on whenever the motor is running. That's a safe latching start-stop with a timed warning before energizing the motor.
It used a set RST latch. One rung sets a start request bit when start, stop, and overload are all satisfied, and it gave the stop and the overload their own separate reset rungs. Then a 2-second timer, the buzzer while it runs, the motor when it finishes, and the green light with the motor. And here's the thing, so it used normally open contacts for the stop and overload, which is exactly right for normally closed wiring. It did not fall for the trap. That is a working program. What Claude produced. Then I gave Claude the identical prompt. Five rungs this time, and a different approach, a classic seal-in latch. It put the start button in parallel with the C1 bit to hold it in with the stop and overload in series so either one breaks the latch. Same timer, same buzzer, same motor, same green light. Claude also used normally open contacts for the stop and overload. It handled the wiring correctly too, also a working program, just built in a different style. Both passed? Why, that matters. This is the honest headline. I designed this task to catch an AI out on the wiring, and both of them got it right. That is the #1 mistake a beginner would make, and neither AI made it. On a clearly specified task, today's AI can write ladder logic that actually runs. That surprised me, and I would rather tell you straight than pretend otherwise. The interesting part, 2 valid styles. The most useful part is not that they passed, It is how differently they passed. ChatGPT used set and RST. Claude used a seal in. Both correct, and the difference is a real design lesson. Set.RST gives each stop condition its own rung. Easy to see why the motor stopped, easy to add another fault later. The seal-in is the traditional starter every electrician knows. Compact, everything in one rung. For a simple motor, I lean seal-in. For a machine with lots of stop and fault sources, set RST scales more cleanly. Two AIs just handed us both textbook approaches. That is a great way to see the trade-off. Why it worked. The prompt. Before anyone says AI has this solved, here is the catch. The reason both came back correct is that I told the AI exactly what it needed, the real addresses, that the stop and overload were normally closed and on at rest, and the exact sequence. I gave it what I would give a coworker. Ask it vaguely, write me a motor start-stop program, and you get generic logic that does not match your wiring and may well fall for the double negative. The skill that made this work was not the AI's. It was writing a clear, specific prompt. That is the part worth practicing. The one thing I would still add, both programs are correct, but I would still change one thing on either, and it is not the code. Both run the overload through the PLC. That is fine for control, but it should not be the only thing stopping the motor on a fault. A motor overload should also be hardwired into the contactor coil circuit, so the motor drops even if the PLC halts or an output fails. Neither AI mentioned it because neither AI knows how your panel is wired. That judgment is yours. I still tested it. Correct on paper is not proven, so I ran it. The Click software has no offline simulator, so I connected the PLC, went online, and forced the inputs in data view with the wiring off. Start, buzzer, 2 seconds, motor on, green light. Drop the stop, then the overload. Each one kills the motor. Only then would I let it near a real motor with that overload hardwired as a backstop. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button below. Keeping up with all the latest automation innovations can be difficult, so hit the subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell beside your subscription to receive the notifications. The verdict. So yeah, can AI actually write PLC code? Yes, I went in to catch it out, and both ChatGPT and Claude wrote correct working logic for a real task, each in a different sound style. But writing correct code for a task I specified perfectly is not the same as programming your machine. It does not know your wiring. It did not think about hardwiring the overload, and it will never be responsible for what your program does. The limit is no longer whether AI can write a rung, it is that it cannot see your machine and cannot own the outcome. You can, and you do. Use it the way I do. Write a clear prompt, let it draft the logic, verify every line, test with the outputs isolated, keep safety in hardware, and put your name on it only when you understand it. The full written test, both programs and my rules for using AI on a PLC are on the blog, link in the description. Tell me in the comments, set RST or seal in, which would you have written? New tutorials every Monday. Subscribe and hit the bell, and I will see you in the next one.